up, we've got...
Okay, hold on. Can I interject for just a second, Tikla? Okay. Have you guys noticed that we all look identical? Isn't that amazing?
Oh my goodness.
Like, what? Wait, who just said that?
Like, look at Megan and I. Like, we... Honestly, people mistake us for each other all the time. Like when Cardin and Kwaku, when I'm with them in LA, everyone's like, oh my gosh, you guys are identical. I never knew. Oh my gosh. Right? Because we all look so identical. Isn't that just
so
crazy?
true? In
That
fact,
face.
3 of us have very similar hair colors. So like, am I looking in a mirror at the moment? Like,
Don't
what?
you feel like that? We're all looking in the same mirror. Yeah, it's just...
I totally feel it.
Yeah.
Well, let's hear what people have to say about that, for sure. We have a clip about Mormon-Face.
Have you ever wondered why certain people look Mormon? I see this all over social media where certain content creators get tons of comments saying you look very Mormon. Mormons really only marry other Mormons. You can't marry in a Mormon temple unless it's 2 Mormons getting married. This, in large part, has made it so that the gene pool is actually very small, and especially in a place like Utah, where Mormons fled and went to Utah to be able to practice polygamy in peace. Those Mormons were only making babies.
That's not why we fled. Thank you very much.
We were getting killed.
We were getting killed, massacred. It's fine. Not really because we wanted to practice polygamy, but cool.
Semantics, you know? I don't know.
Very long time. And the only opportunity to make the gene pool a little larger is to convert people. I think another reason for this is not just the way Mormons look, but it's also the Mormon vibe, which is often super hyper friendly, almost too friendly. Mormons are taught to proselytize and share their religion. I think that Mormon culture is very copycat. Mormons believe that there is something called the straight and narrow path, which gives you a very strict outline for how you're supposed to live your life. And while that might not have anything to do with a Stanley Cup, it does create the sense that there is one right way to do things.
Okay. So what do you have to say? Is this true?
That's why I served a missionist, so that I could expand the gene pool and help all of our faces look more different. That's why I served. The truth comes out.
Thank you for your service, Charlotte.
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, if I may, you all are, I hope you don't get demonetized or anything. You all are fine AF. And like, go to Urban Dictionary if you don't know what AF stands for. Basically, when I was investigating the church, one of the most beautiful things is how members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints show up to praise God. You dress up. Your men wear jackets and ties. Your kids are all coordinated. The women have their makeup done and they have their perfectly modest, adorable dresses. Yeah, you all show up and you look good. I don't know if that's necessarily something to bash.
I just feel like sometimes it's just like we all like look like we took a shower, maybe. Like that's what we have in common. Like, okay, I'll say this, because I think what she's trying to get at a little bit here is that, you know, we were isolated, which is true. And a lot of the early saints, well, most of them were from Europe and Scandinavia. And so we all kind of have this homogenous look in Utah or whatever. The trouble with that now, like maybe that would have held up before, but now only 14% of members of the church live in Utah. And so we don't all look like Ryan Gosling anymore.
Thank you. That's exactly what I was thinking. As I'm like,
diverse.
If you're talking about the church in general, like what about, well, the people who are members of the church in South America, they all look like South Americans. So that's crazy. People from Scandinavia look like Scandinavians. You look like who you're around. So, I mean, that's true of everyone if we're going looks alone. But if we're talking about the vibe, what's wrong with people who are happy? Yeah. That's so sad.
I know. Okay.
I love that she says, yeah, Ryan Gosling's got that face too. It's like, oh, wait, you think you're comparing us to Ryan Gosling?
Yeah,
thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not offended. So yeah, you think I look good and I'm happy.
You guys remember the Hey Girl memes from forever ago? The Ryan Gosling Hey Girl memes? Those were great.
Yes.
So I grew up, or I didn't grow up, but I spent some time living in Saipan, which is in Micronesia. It's like one island over from Guam, if you're familiar. And let me tell you, because I think she's trying to debunk they have a light in their eyes. That's how you can tell that, because they have that glow, you know, and that's a little cringy. Like, I get it. But when I lived on Saipan, where it was like the ultimate melting pot of cultures, we had all of coastal Asia and all of Micronesia all blended into this island. And the members of the church would still get called out as, oh, are you Mormon? Are you a member of the church? Because there was just something different about us. And it wasn't just because we were white and looked like Ryan Gosling. Like, I'm sorry. There was something else to it. And maybe we can like go through, like, what do you think it is? How can you spot a Mormon or a Latter-day Saint, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saint member? What is it?
Honest to goodness, were you offended hearing her say that? Like, if somebody came up to me and said all Black people look the same, I would be a little offended. But I will say, members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, I feel especially those who are privileged enough to grow up in the faith, have an extra sparkle. I'm sorry. Like, you just appear to be happier. And you appear to love your family and your kids and your spouse. And you also appear to be very happy to be at church every Sunday. But again,
unless it's 9 a.m. Not too happy.
So true. We had 8 a.m. church when we first had babies.
No.
In BYU student family housing.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
I am curious. Does it bother you that people say that?
No, to me it's a compliment. To me, it's a compliment when people say like, "Oh, you're happy, you're beautiful," and also, in a day and age where there's so many ads on YouTube. I mean, like I do some workout videos here and there on YouTube, and so of course, all my advertisements are about weight loss and looking better and this face cream and this makeup and that lift. Like those are all the advertisements I get. It's really frustrating. I watch other things on YouTube, not just workout stuff. But wouldn't that be great if one of our ads for our church was, do you want to look better? Do you want to have a bigger smile? Do you want to have more light in your eyes? Well, it's just have the missionaries come over or just knock on your local Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saint door and we can make you so much more beautiful and happy.
No.
Like if that's what we're getting called out for, great. That's what people love. They want to look younger. They want to look happier. They want to look more beautiful. Come to church.
Yeah. I'm personally, I'm not offended at all by the they look so happy portion. What I do take a little bit of offense to is the implication that it's because of polygamy and inbreeding. And as if we're still all doing that and whatever that may be. Like, that's just weird. Like, she is literally going out of her way to make it seem like Mormons are weird and creepy and marrying their first cousins left and right. You know what I mean?
Or like some kind of genetic engineering or something. Or
Yeah.
Intentionally only picking spouses from this gene pool. So frankly, sometimes I'm like, I don't want my kids to go to BYU and get married because then they're going to marry someone from like New Jersey and then family reunions are going to be a challenge because you have to like, all of that. But no, and how many people marry people from their missions or not from their missions? You know what I mean? Like
that they met whilst
or who go back and love the culture so much that they want to marry someone who's from that culture, and very broadening kind of experience. And so I don't know, but I will say, okay, so if you're at the airport or at the beach or somewhere and you think you've spotted another member of the church, what is the telltale sign? Like what do you
BYU shirt, BYU hat.
Okay. BYU gear, that'll do it for sure.
They're walking around
Sleeves and
Disneyland.
long shorts. The cutoffs that Megan hates so much.
The Bermuda shorts. No.
I'm
You
so
guys, when
sorry.
I'm driving in my car, I always get so excited when I see someone with a BYU sticker or any sort of church stuff on the back of their car. I get so excited, like, oh, there's a member on this same road, and I want to like pull up next to them and wave. And when I turn into the church parking lot, that's always my first reaction. Oh, there's so many members here. Oh wait, I'm at church.